Hey lovers, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here we celebrate sacred divine love, divine unions. And that begins with the unity of the masculine and the feminine energies within yourself. Once you find that peace and balance and love and eternal joy within, only then can you find someone else to match that outside of you, to complement you. And only the way that they can do it is not so that they can be your equal, it's so that they can be your complement. Complementary pairs are what we talk about over here. And I read by the chakras from the crown down to the root, from the root to the tutor. We cover the issue. And at the crown of this reading is self-worth. Somebody is really, you know what you like. And I'm getting this energy of like, you know so much what it is that you like within yourself now that you won't really tolerate much of nothing. Like, you'll ice somebody out. Like, you cold-blooded. They think you a player. Somebody think you a player. Somebody think you got them running. They think you got a phone full of people blowing you up when you ain't even really entertaining nobody. But that's just how people see you. They may see you as a bit of an ice queen, but not icy though. It's just like you stern, you strict. You don't go for that nonsense. People see you that way. And the root of the reading is the emperor. So you standing on nothing but kingdom business. Like you stand on what it is that you believe in, and you don't let nobody like try to sway you away from who you are. It's giving this energy of like you're starting to visualize yourself in the third eye chakra position is the empress, the counterpart to the emperor. And it's like now, because of all the work that you've done on yourself, you can see yourself in like an upper echelon or dealing with a higher caliber of masculine or feminine. You can see yourself really dating within the divine. Like you don't even see yourself mixing and mingling. I mean, I hate for it to sound like this, but it just is what it is. You don't see yourself mixing and mingling with the mere mortals, the people who are just a human body that just breathes, and you go about your day hitting that 9 to 5 grind, that rat race, or you know, groveling, taking breadcrumbs for peanuts from the government, stuff like that. Like you don't even see yourself in that same atmosphere, and that will cause people to think that you are like icy or try to ice you out and make it seem like you think you just, you know, a hot shot or something like that. But we don't really even entertain what people be thinking, because if they can't even think for themselves, you can't really mind what they be thinking. It don't matter. It don't hold no weight. It don't matter. It don't materialize. When I say it don't matter, that's what I mean. Nothing they think materializes. You, on the other hand, with that empress, that big arcana, major arcana energy in your third eye chakra position, what you think materializes. What you work on actually produces something. You are a producer versus those who are just generators. And definitely against those who not generator, but those who are just projectors. You produce, you don't project. Whereas these people, you know, you see this light casting from here, it's like somebody think that they have some type of view of you from like a top perspective. So maybe it's like somebody who's older than you, or somebody in your family. You know how family think that just because they've known you for a long time. Or it could even be people like in your love life, or you know, in social life, friends, just because they knew you back in high school and stuff, they try to act like they know you today, and that's not the case. Like, if you're an ever evolving being, if somebody is not in your life consistently, and that's not saying y'all got to talk on the phone every day, because sometimes you may have a friend who every time y'all meet up is like there was no time apart. But somebody who just knew you back in the day and y'all don't have no connection now, like that connection is still not there, they don't know shit. So it don't matter what they think. And why I think this is coming up is because right now somebody may be trying to like create a narrative about you, because you have such a self-worth about you. They try to make it seem like you are just a gold digger, or you only go after certain types of men, or you too picky, or you shouldn't be as picky as you are. Like, you, somebody wants you to like stay small. They want you to stay small. They want you to date small. They want you to keep dealing with low lives. They want you to keep putting yourself in these karmic loops with the type of people that they deal with. That's all it is. Misery just love company. That's all it is. And if you make somebody feel like you got more going than they got going, then they gonna try to like switch the narrative and project onto you. But you are not a projector. You really don't even be caring to look in them people's position, because it ain't nothing going on over there. You just mind your own business. That way, everything that you focus your attention on, it begins to flourish. And it's given like have been focusing your attention on taking such good care of yourself that now you are actually starting to attract a higher caliber of person. You also may be changing like the vocabulary you use, the speech, that comes out of your mouth, like even your body language, because that is communication too. And this is in the throat chakra position. So everything about the way you carry yourself and the way you communicate to others has changed. It's so different now. And with the Father of Baskets, it's like really intentional. When you give your attention to something, it has your full undivided attention, and you seek to make it better. You seek to improve, or you seek to leave things in better condition than you found them. Even if it's nothing that needs to be improved, you at least want it to be on a level with you where it can improve you. It's not always about you going into a connection thinking that you can upgrade someone else. You also have the humility to know that I want to be around people who can improve me. I want community. People who actually do for each other and who actually add value to one another and who can share certain experiences. You can't share all your experiences with everyone. I mean, that starts in grade school. By the time you're in high school, it's certain levels of kids who can't sit in the same classes with certain other levels of kids. And that's just what it is. Hierarchies exist for a reason. And that hierarchy is coming up because it's feeling like somebody, I'm getting the image of that girl who always be saying stupid stuff. She from Chicago. She date Moneybag Yo. That girl. Ari. There you go. It's giving somebody who they may be the top pick of a low environment. I'll say it that way. Like, you are popular in a hood environment, or you are the prettiest girl in a small town or some shit like that. It's something like that type of energy where somebody is the best of a kind of shitty selection, and they want to project something onto you from their selection. Like, let's say it's a man in a small town and he worked with the city or whatever. So city workers in small towns, they kind of be having their way. But you come from a big city and you may be unemployed, but your whole mindset is different than even somebody who has like a good stable job in a small town. Not saying nobody is better than nobody, but it be these type of people that want to project their self-worth onto you. Like, you should give me a chance. You should date me. You should let me take you out because you ain't got nothing else going. Not even knowing that you just moved to this new place. Or maybe you just on assignment, temporarily in this small town. I used to do auctions at courthouses in like small towns and stuff. So, you ain't from around these parts. And, you don't behave like other people, or you just used to having like a different caliber of conversation, or you just used to more cultured people. I say it like that. You're a more intentional being. You don't do a lot of like drifting through life. Somebody like that may just be used to getting up, every morning, doing the 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 7 to 3, whatever their shift is, 12-hour shifts, who cares? Because I'm just seeing something about somebody working in a jailhouse too, or in the correctional system. So somebody may be like a correctional officer or something. And now I'm seeing Rick Ross, and I'm hearing, here I am. So it's like you somewhere that maybe is not your usual setting. That may be why you kind of like, out of place right now. And it's people within this setting. The setting that you in, it ain't even something that you prefer. It's not a preference. We'll say it that way. Your current setting is not your preference. But you have people within this setting who, just because they are like, a big fish or a big wig or whatever in this small pond, in this setting that you don't even prefer to be in, they feel like they can project upon you who they think you are. And if you don't kiss their ass like all the other little people, all the small people in the small town, or, in this little environment or whatever, let's say it's like a hood celebrity, because I don't want to look down on nobody, but let's say it's like one of those, local hood celebrities or something. And all the ghetto girls and like, street dudes worship the ground this motherfucker walk on. And here you are with your master's degree and shit. And you just don't even want to be on that side of town. And they looking at you like they want to fight. Y'all know how that shit be. I ain't trying to make nobody feel small. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than nobody. But at the same time, like, it really don't even be the ones who got shit going who think that they better than nobody. It be the ones who know they ain't got shit going, who always trying to project that someone thinks that they're better than them. And that be the problem. Because they're projecting that. Well, guess what type of energy you gonna get? Because you're not finna be talking to me like you think you humbling me And you think I'm actually gonna humble myself just because you think that? I'm gonna show you just how the fuck haughty I can be. Like, we really gonna take it there. So it's that type of energy, like Mother of Wands with the in the heart position. Like, really, you really have a really sweet heart. You have a magnetic heart. You have a magnetic aura. That's why so many people like fixate on you. Here I am. It's like, I know you see me. I know you see me. I look different. I speak different. I carry myself different than everybody else around here. I know you see me. So while y'all doing all that extra projecting and stuff, trying to make it seem like I need to humble myself, and I'm speaking on behalf of like the energy that I'm reading, right? Not me personally, but while you trying to make me feel like, I need to humble myself, it's really just the fact that you don't know how good of a person I really am. You don't even know what I've done in my life. You don't know how many rich experiences I've had. That's why I'm able to stand so tall, and that's why my aura is so vibrant. That's why you see me coming. That's why you feel me when I walk in the room. Like, you have that energy about you, and a strong mind to boot. Like, you see the bullshit coming. You just be knowing. You just be knowing when somebody just not gonna like you because you from a different place, or because you speak different, or because you used to different. And a lot of this like projecting that I'm getting, if it's not something that you are currently going through right now, which is requiring you to hold on to your mental strength, it's the very reason why you have such a high level of mental strength. Because over the course of your life, you've probably had a lot of people project that same type of narrative onto you. So now you stand tall, no can fall. Like, it don't matter what you think about me. I know who I am, and I know you see me. Yeah, you see me, and I don't owe you nothing. No, I don't have to go out with you just because you make more money than 90% of the men in your small town. Because I don't even want to be in this small town. I'm blowing this joint in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on assignment. I'm on some government contract. I'm getting something about like freelance work. Freelancers, like W-9 work, can send you into different places. Just like I said, I used to do the auctions in like country towns, like out in the counties, on the courthouse steps, auction real estate. And you be in all kind of little small places, little tucked off places I ain't never even seen or heard of on the map. Places you got to literally like, you got to zoom in on Google Maps to even see it. Like, if you zoom out enough, you won't even be able to see it on that bitch. It's just gonna look like a green patch. It's gonna look like a bunch of trees out in the middle of nowhere. So somebody could be in a place like that right now, or you could be doing like freelance work to like hold you over while you're in between, or resume padding or something like that, doing the type of work that you can pad your resume with, or you're in between the type of jobs that you really want. Maybe something may have happened in a past job where you had to deal with projections, so you left that environment, and maybe you are doing something, or you're in a place right now that is less than ideal, but you're still moving in that place. And while you're still moving in that place, you still have that magnetism about you, and you're remaining intentional. So it's like your intention and your focus are so much on building yourself with that self-worth and what you're creating. Sacral energy is that orange. Your attention at the top of your crown, you're remaining balanced, and all of your energy is going toward building yourself up. And it's like you got people who think that you need to direct your energy to them just because they are the top boy, or the top girl in this bullshit ass environment, a place that you don't even really call your ideal. Like, I really get the energy of somebody just doing something to get by right now. You in a period of, okay, I'm just, grin and bear it, doing what I got to do to get by. And you have people who have settled in what you consider a bullshit environment, and they've built a whole life on this bullshit environment. And they think that you should be like kissing their feet in this bullshit environment. And the fact that you have a more richer experience in your life, and that you have a lot more culture about you with that father of baskets. You've collected many artifacts. You've been many places. You have a camera full of memories. You got stamps on your passports, shit like that. You've been on vacations, near, far, and wide, cross continental, overseas, whatever your experience is. You just have a very diverse experience with life. You've been a lot of places, seen a lot of things, know a lot of shit, met a lot of people. And then somebody who is used to the same routine their whole life is like, they want you to bow down to them in this little corner of nothing. Not trying to talk down on what that person has built in their life, but it's not about that. It's not even about, look, this say self-worth. You really don't even be paying attention to these damn people, but they want your attention so bad. It's like they crave a connection with you, and they keep trying to create situations where they can feel like they have some type of connection to you. even if their only connection to you is talking shit about you being uppity, talking shit about you having standards that are too high. If that's the only connection that these people can connect with you or that they can build with you, then that's what they doing. But it's like you so deep in what you got going on, you don't care. You don't give a fuck. And that's agitating people even more. The only people that you are giving any of your energy, and this is in the sacral position, Six of Coins, like I said, you building community. You want rich connections. I don't want to be around nobody who ain't did shit in life, but they think that they are bigger than everybody else. Because really, the only person who uppity is these small town, small minded motherfuckers who think somebody need to kiss their feet just because you stuck around this less than ideal subpar place. You stuck around in this subpar environment for so long that it's become your stumping grounds, and you think somebody need to kiss your ass just for passing through this bullshit subpar environment. And you like, no. Like, you so firmly rooted on kingdom building. You so firmly rooted on, being around people who have something to teach you, something to share with you. And I'm not saying these people don't have nothing to teach you, but if all they can do is come off with projections about who they think you are when they don't even have no real connection to you, then no, the lesson, whatever they got to teach, ain't worth it. It look like they done taught enough. They're teaching you how to keep your distance from their ass. That's good enough. But aside from those other people, it does feel like in whatever environment you're in, you may also be inspiring other people at the same time. Like, maybe other people are kind of paying more attention to how you move and how you relate to people rather than just projecting. And really, those people are producers themselves, because you can live in a small town and still be a producer. You have people who be owning funeral homes. You have people who own salons. You have people who really be doing their shit from the comfort of a place that they've lived their whole life. They still get out and travel. They still have vacations. They still speak other languages, but they just prefer to stick closer to home. Two totally different realms. It's all energetic. You can be in the same place with this Empress energy. You can be in the same environment on a whole different realm. The environments look the same, but energetically, you on a whole complete different timeline than the next person. Y'all in a parallel existence. And you trying to make sure that you be around the people who align with your existence. You want to be on the same frequency with people who are movers and shakers, who have strong sense of purpose, and who make decisions that build themselves up and don't spend all day worrying about what the next person doing. So if whoever this guy is I'm seeing Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Gaston. And Belle can't stand being there. She always got her nose stuck in a book somewhere. She dreamed there must be more than this provincial life. Somebody may live in Louisiana. I know they have those provinces, or provincial law is still in place in places in Louisiana, so that could be relevant to somebody. Also, that Empress energy is kind of giving me like, a voodoo-esque kind of energy. So somebody just may be from that region, or just like in the southern United States, or the eastern states. It's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm getting like somebody coming from fucking Harlem, and you move somewhere in goddamn backwoods Tennessee, and you got to deal with these fucking country folks trying to project who they think you are. Oh, you think you all that just because from New York City, and you just like, I'm just trying to do my work and get the fuck out of here. I don't really care about speaking to every person I see out on the street. It's like that type of energy, like people that are not from the environment that you're from, or who have not had the experiences that you have. It's like they want to like sit high and look low, but they sit from a position of ignorance. They don't even know what they're talking about. It's like, I don't think nothing about y'all. I don't think about you at all. Who said that? Was it Mariah or was it Whitney? It may have been Whitney Houston on Mariah. Like, I don't think about her. And that just is what it is. Like, when you got your own shit moving, you don't spend your days thinking about what the next motherfucker doing. That's just not what it is. But these people who don't have enough going in their own life, they don't have enough motion of their own, they ain't done enough. They ain't built their own empire. And that's the problem. They probably just, been handed down a house. It's probably grandma's house they staying in. Or everybody in the small town, so somebody gave you a job because you know somebody. You ain't never really worked for nothing. It'd be a lot of ass kissing in small towns like that. Y'all know that cliquey mentality when you move to a new place. Even in Nebraska, like Lincoln, Nebraska is like real cliquey like that. It's about the same amount of people as Tallahassee, but it's cliquey as hell. It's stupid. I don't know. But temperance in the emperor, you like people who got something going on. You like people who done been somewhere and done something, because really only those people can like edify you with their conversation. Only those type of people have something that is really fruitful to discuss with you. Only those type of people have a fruitful demeanor around you. Everybody else just gonna be like kind of jealous, sitting back projecting who they think you are, when they don't even have the mental capacity to understand what you've been through, what you go through, like what you've experienced. Like they don't understand that, you know, people in certain places don't sit around and kick shit and waste time with small talk to every person. I don't want to stop and ask you how your day went. I truly don't care. And that don't make me a bad person just because I don't care. It's just I got other shit to do. I got too much shit going on. We juggling a lot over here. I don't feel like I need to break my time apart worried about what the fuck you got going on. What you gonna tell me? You went fishing last week? I don't care. It's like that type of energy, and like it's really giving that somebody is trying to like basically persecute you for that. Um, it could be like loved ones that do that to you and try to make you feel small, or like in the realm of like, you know, relationships and stuff. You know, somebody showed interest in you and you didn't show interest back, but they used to being like, you know, a good catch in a small town or something, and you didn't fawn over them. Oh my God, you didn't do all of that for them, and now they got an attitude with you. Now they want to go tell people that, you know, you think you all that, or you too uppity, or, you know, don't deal with this B from, you know, up north. You know, they all hoes up there up north. I'm talking about people just talking crazy at this time. Like, instead of dealing with who they've actually failed to become in their life, instead of dealing with their lack of experience, son of wands, the little bit of effort you done spent your whole life fucking off playing and stuff, going down to the old creek, swinging off a rope into a dirty ass ravine. Instead of building something, and you mad at somebody because they got a bunch of, you know, irons in the fire and balls up in the air, and they attention and they focus ain't on your country ass. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there, because that's just what it is. The temperance and the emperor. You like people that just got shit moving. You like people that just have motion. You like people who know who they are. You like awakened souls. You like self-actualized beings, because they're balanced within themselves. They've been through enough situations where they know how they would react in such and such situation. You can have richer conversation with these type of people. You don't want to be betrothed to somebody in fucking Mayberry. And that's your prerogative. Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. Why won't they just let me live? Type energy. That's what it is. All right. That's the reading. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.